I was able to meet your sister, Tracy. So shout out to Tracy.
Shout out Coach Tracy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Love her. And your brother, Eddie.
Yeah.
You have a great family, bro.
Thank
you really
man.
do. And I know that's super important to help you get where you are today.
Yeah.
So I love that you tap into your family. I love that your family supports you as
Absolutely.
well. Bro, shout out to your parents. Really, they did a great job raising all y'all.
They killed it. They killed it, man.
But she wanted to ask you, what is your biggest inspiration?
Yeah. There's so many things that are pushing me and pulling me to do what I do. I'd say the biggest thing is for others to see that transformation is possible. I want other people to know that transformation is possible, and I want to help them become the best versions of themselves. I don't think there's ever a completed version of ourselves, but there can be updates. Like our iPhone, there's a million updates since the version 1, but each year and each season, there's got to be improvements, right? I believe God put a gift in everybody. So this is not just the gym. I think God gave me the vehicle of fitness to minister and to inspire people. But I think God put a gift in every single person.
Yeah.
But it's our job to cultivate that gift, right? God doesn't make any tables, TD Jakes said, but he made a tree. You know what I'm saying? So from that tree, we get the wood. From the wood, we cut it up. I don't know how to make tables, so I can't keep going with this analogy. But he gave you a gift, and I think we need to all cultivate that gift and become the best version of ourselves, because that will lead to fulfillment. I have joy in my heart, and I have joy, and it resonates because I'm walking in purpose. So I want that for everybody. I know what it feels like to walk in purpose. I know what it feels like to be out of alignment as well. And when I was out of alignment, not walking in purpose, I was depressed. I had anxiety, and I didn't know where my joy was going to come from. But when I got into alignment and I got into community and I started taking steps to be the best version of myself, is when I found that fulfillment. So I just want that for everybody.
Oh, I love that. I love that fitness is your passion, but transforming people is your purpose.
Absolutely. I love how you said that. Yeah.
That's huge.
That's
huge. That's huge. And so, and especially what's hard, especially as an entrepreneur, and you're so passionate, you want to go. And you want to, transform not only one life, but 100 lives and 1,000 lives, you want to keep on, right. Keep on going, never stops. But however, sometimes we're in a waiting season. Sometimes we're not ready for the 1,000, for the million people that we can transform, because if we got that, or even the $1 million, right?
Absolutely.
If we got that, you probably mismanaged it. I'll be honest, I'll mismanage it.
I know I would right now.
Right. Spend it on some things. And so, but I fully believe now. I was frustrated, bro. I was so frustrated that I was like, I want that so bad. And I'm working so hard. But I finally understood that I needed to be patient in the waiting season.
So good.
And I needed to understand how to be proactive in that season as well, and not just sit around and twiddle my thumbs, right? And not just be frustrated and angry. How do you have faith in the waiting season?
Man, that's such a great question. For one, faith is all we have. And without trials, we wouldn't need faith. Without that waiting season, without that frustration, you wouldn't need faith. We don't need faith when everything is clear. When we're balling, we got all the money, we know where everything's coming next, we know our next steps. That's not when we need faith. We need faith when it's tough and you're wondering why you can't grow and you're wondering why you can't scale right now. That's when you need the faith to know, even though my circumstance doesn't look like it, I know what God promised me. I know what this can be. So I'm gonna stay firm and keep working. I'd say one thing that I was trying to do was trying to grow my clientele. So I was doing everything I could to get more people, right? And then I would see ebbs and flows, but like big time, big drop-offs. And I'm like, what's going on? But instead of trying to grow my clientele, I started to grow my clientele. Ooh. So that means invest in every single client that I had, right? And by doing that, they got more results. After they got more results, they went and told 3 people. After they told 3 people, then we did our natural climb. So what I would say is like your ministry is what's in front of you right now.
Oh, that's good.
So regardless of what that is, you could be mopping, you could be a bank teller. That's your ministry, because God isn't going to bless you with the position you want, with the money you want, if you can't take care of what's in front of you. The Bible says, be faithful over few, and I will make you ruler over many. He can't bless you with a whole lot if he doesn't trust you with what's in your hand right now. So whatever that is, man, that's why a lot of entrepreneurs say, make your bed. Make sure everything in your house is tidy, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So God wants to know, like, hey, can I trust you on this new level? And if you're not proving that he can trust you, you're literally going to stay where you are. And I've felt that. I've been there. So that faith in that waiting season is huge, because that's the season where you're learning. Those are character defining times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and to be able and having that faith helps you have that peace.
Ooh.
Peace in the waiting season.
Yes.
Because bro, that's what I wasn't having. I wasn't having all this peace. I was like, like I talked about, I was frustrated, and I was really trying to use my gifts and my abilities to give me that security, and that's not how we do it, bro. And that's not how we get that peace.
So good. Shout out Pastor Greg, because he dropped a lot of gems in regard to that. And I used to do that too. And I was still trying to do that. Find security in what I do.
Yeah.
Find security on how good I do what I do. And then even based off validation, you know what I mean? Like when we get to this Instagram era, it's like, man, you don't got that blue check. You don't got 10K. You don't have X, Y, and Z. You start looking at other people. You start comparing your life to their highlights. It can get really, really, really murky. It really, really can. But it's very important to have an anchor.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very important to have an anchor, because in this time, like, I can have peace because I know I'm growing. I know I'm learning, and I know there's a purpose for where I am right now. Wherever you are, even if you're at the top of the mountain and you're not at the top, you might be doing well, but there's a purpose for everywhere you are, even if you're at the lowest of the lows. A lot of entrepreneurs have had rough times.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah.
Really rough. I've had some really, really rough times. Some really, really rough times. But those were character defining.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have those times, I wouldn't still be going right now.
Yeah.
Because I would have got comfortable at some point and stalled out.
Right. And all the times, you talk about those doubts, you talk about those low times, bro, that'll make you think like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this it? Like, man, did I make a mistake? Do I need to shut this down? Do I need to shut down Diverse Network? Do I need to shut down APFit? Like, is this really going to work out? But having that peace and having that faith and putting your security and your validation and your love in Jesus. And that's what I wasn't doing. I was putting it in everything else but that. Relationships, my career, my business, gifts, everything, you name it, bro. I was trying to find my security, my validation, my love, and everything else but that. Yeah. And it finally clicked. And I again, shout out to Pastor Greg, because that past series, Destination Addiction, I realized that's what I was doing. I was addicted to the destination. Yes. And I wasn't being present. I wasn't having peace and knowing that God is going to provide for me, and having faith in that journey. Yeah. And knowing that I'm going to get there with him right by my side. Yeah. He's got you, man. Yeah. He's got you. Having faith in the journey it'll give you a brand new lens on life. Yeah. And you'll live different. And you'll start coming from a sense of gratitude and not a sense of lack. You'll start changing your perspective and stop thinking about, this is all the things I don't have. My business doesn't have this yet. I don't have this. And then you'll start being grateful, man. Man, I have clients now. There was a point where I couldn't get people to come to this camp. We got this. We got challenges. We've got more opportunities now. So it'll change your lens, and then you're
able to operate from a mindset of gratitude.
Yeah. And I loved how you talked about, growing your clients, and like you said, instead of having all these shallow relationships and being wide and being spread thin, bro, you went deep.
Yes.
You went deep in your relationships, and then you just saw the network effect, bro. Absolutely. So keep on doing that. I love that. That really spoke to me to really invest into what I have now, the people that are involved at Diverse Network, and to give them everything that I got. And don't worry about growing, because it'll grow organically.
It will. That's been one of the biggest things to me. Just remembering, like, man, you're worried about getting all these other people when these people rock with you really, really, really heavy. So let's keep giving them everything you got, keep showing them love, keep getting them results, and then it'll happen organically. I really believe, like, Instagram's dope. I've gained most of my clients from that, but the other half probably is just word of mouth.
Bro, that's the best form.
If you get people results, they will tell somebody, or they will literally ask you, like, what have you been doing? Like, I seen you're in the gym, you're doing this. They'll literally be your best billboards.
It's all about relationships, who you know and who knows you. All about that. All about that. As we're wrapping up here, want to ask you 2 other questions, but really, like you said, we live in such a society that we like to agree with everybody. And then also, if somebody disagrees with me, then I kind of shut them out, right? We don't really have these comfortable conversations, to handle this conflict. And so for you, because there's a lot of popular opinions out there, but what would you say is not a popular opinion that you'd actually take a stand for?
Yeah, that's really good. Something that's not a popular opinion that I would take a stand for. I would say, as an entrepreneur and as a fitness practitioner, man, I would say that there's one cookie cutter way to fitness, to achieve the body and the physique. And there's obviously best ways and best practices, but a lot of people in my industry will tell you to count your macros, to meal prep every Sunday, to strength train 4 times a week, to progressive overload. All these things, yes, they're scientifically proven to work, absolutely. But when I deal with clients, certain people aren't even gonna go into a gym.
Yeah,
they do not feel confident going into the gym, but they'll rollerblade every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. You know what I mean? But they'll go and play tennis with their friends, but they'll walk on their treadmill in the morning. I don't really care how people move. I just want them to move. So I would say that. I wish I could have went deeper and thought about it. It probably hit me on the way home. But I would just say that because, like, even though, like, I am a strength coach, I do boot camps and everything like that, I want people to move in a way that is going to inspire them to keep moving. So if it's dancing, if it's, cardio on the elliptical, whatever that is.
Pickleball, bro.
Yeah, pickleball. That's the new vibe, bro.
Yes, sir.
Whatever gets that heart rate up, just do it. It'll lead to more things. Yeah. And then just living a healthy life and cutting out the fad diets, cutting out the extreme changes. Like, I'm going to be, like, you go from eating fast food and go to eating meat in every meal to being a raw vegan. That's not going to yield you a lot of success.
Right.
You know what I mean? It might have worked for some, cold turkey, but for you, it might just be eliminating, small things or adding more water. Yeah. Like, I want people to live a sustainable life where it's not stressing them to keep it going, because anything that's not sustainable, you're just going to go right back into your old habits. So however you move and however you eat, just try to get better, each month. Try to increase the intensity a little bit, but there's no cookie cutter way to get in shape. I've seen people get in shape a million different ways. You just have to be consistent and keep showing up for yourself.
There we go. There we have it.
Yes,
I love it. There's not a cookie cutter way, and you got to be consistent to show up. I love it. I love it. And be active and develop a sustainable lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle, man. No fad diets. Don't do anything extreme, man. You just got to live. You know what I mean? This life is meant to be enjoyed. So you just got to live. And once you take these healthy steps, your kids are going to watch you. Your friends are going to watch you. And that's the ripple effect that I want to see happen. Generational health. You know, we're on the Diverse Network, and a lot of people of color, a lot of minorities struggle in the health department because if you're going into underserved communities, there's not Whole Foods, there's not Fresh Time, there's not Pliable, there's a bunch of Popeye's chickens, there's some liquor stores and like a bunch of McDonald's, because of systematic oppression and systematic racism has set us up for failure. So one of my major goals is to bring healthy recipes and high level training to these sectors of the community. People who are underserved. Just because you're in this community doesn't mean you have to fall to the traps, because that processed food, that fast food all the time, that's a trap. That liquor on the liquor store, that's a trap. So one of my major things is to be able to get like lifestyle, to make healthy eating a lifestyle. So if you're at the barbecue and you bring a salad, nobody thinks you're super weird anymore. We don't have to eat the fried chicken and the collard greens every meal. Right. You know, we can throw in some grilled. So one of my major goals is, you know, as a minority, to provide that for us, because it's something that's lacking, something that we definitely need. I know that was a tangent, but I definitely wanted to get that in.
Bro, I love that. I love how you went down that path, and it's needed, like you said. And I mean, we do what we can do to survive,
Absolutely.
Right? And what's around us.
Absolutely.
And so it's tough getting outside of the suburban bubble and going into the urban and seeing the differences. And you ask the question, that makes sense why, you know, there's such a health imbalance, right? Yeah. And so how do we, as people, reach back into your communities, these communities, my community, to help others become better? Become healthier despite their circumstances. That's the best thing that I love about it. Like, there's everything going against our win and going against us as people. And guess what, bro? We're resilient.
Absolutely.
We're going to make a difference.
That's our advantage.
Yeah.
All that adversity, like coming up, our ancestors, everybody who had to work hard to get us here, it's all an advantage, you know? So we got to use that and keep being resilient. And keep being talented and gifted and joyful, but try to get a better life for us, and then for our kids, then for our kids. So now generational health is a norm.
Right. And we talk about generational wealth, but we're talking about generational health.
Absolutely. Health is wealth, baby.
Let's get it. And I love how you always talk about that you getting into the gym today is changing the trajectory of your family.
Yes. Absolutely. Somebody's watching, man. Somebody's watching. Every time you step in, like, your kids know that you're going, your significant other, your family, they'll see it. So I tell people, man, post. If you're going to the gym, post. If people don't care about your workout, post, whatever, they'll skip it. Don't worry about what people think, but post, because sometimes I see a video of somebody working out and be like, let me get in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's going to do the exact same thing when you post and tell about your story. It's a ripple effect.
Absolutely. And that's kind of just been something, you know, on my mind, bro. Like, I want to get into the very best shape of my life and do it for me, bro. Like, do it for the person in the mirror. Like, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm like, I want to be proud of who I see. And of course you can see your flaws, and of course you can choose to either focus on them or just accept it and do something about it.
Yeah.
And so for me, you know, even in our workout yesterday, I was asking myself, like, Jordan, how bad do you want it? Like, how it's difficult. Everything in life is difficult, but bro, like, how bad do I want to be chiseled or to be big, you know, whatever it may be? Like, I'm trying to get into the very best shape of my life for me, for my future family, for the man in the mirror. And also it's because God gave me this body as a temple, and I need to take care of it, need to do it best. So I appreciate you sharing all the knowledge, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We got to cherish it.
Absolutely. As we wrap up here, what is one piece of advice that you would give to young entrepreneurs and professionals looking to get started in their career?
Yeah, man. A trainer, an OG trainer told me a long time ago, find your niche or your niche, however people say it. And that's not to limit you. In the beginning, I thought that was to limit me. I told him, I don't have one. I train everybody. I got kids, adults, athletes, and there is still a part of me that does, but we're building out programs for others to take the kids, for others to do the yoga, for others to do the nutrition. But when I say find your niche, what do you do best that others don't? And also, what do you do best with minimal effort? I feel like when I'm doing these large classes, it's something that's easy for me. That doesn't mean it's I don't get nervous, but it's easy for me. So what do you do best? And then what brings you joy? Kind of find the intersection between those two and then go. Everything else will take care of itself. But if you love what you do, those late nights and early mornings are going to hurt a lot less because you're passionate. And there's a North Star. And once you find that North Star, love what you do, what brings you joy, what do you do well? If you can find the intersection of those three things and you can go, you'll have joy in the process. If you're doing something you don't love, it's easy to fall off. It's easy to get discouraged. But if you can do something that you truly, truly love, it'll keep you going.
I love it. I love it. Man, find your niche. Find out what you're good at. Find out what brings you joy, and you know what you can do at a minimal effort, because that makes you feel easy. Like it's easy to then find what you want to do and find joy, and it won't feel like work. It won't feel like an obligation. Yeah. Feel like that passion. I love that, man. I love that for you. I love that how you were able to find that and able to use your gifts and your abilities to find your identity, and also then to find your passion and to find your purpose, most importantly, and be able to use that. Like I said, fitness is your passion, but transforming people is your purpose.
Yes, sir.
And I love how you're transforming people. You've helped me, even the little times that we know each other now, I know we have a lifelong friendship ahead of us.
Yes,
and so
sir.
Excited to see all the things that you do in your life, all the ways that you're going to transform other individuals. And so I want others to be able to tap into you, to be able to support you, to be able to find you, get part of these boot camps. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, and you want to get into shape and you want to transform your mind, transform your body, tap into APFit. But share with the audience here, what are some ways that people can tap into you and find ways that they can transform their mind and their body?
Yes, sir. I appreciate the platform. First off, man, definitely always inspired by you. When I went to one of your events, man, it was just incredible to see what you created, the community you've gathered, and it's great, man. And I know you're just getting started. I love it. But you guys can tap in _ APFIT on all socials. If you're on Instagram, you can hit the link in my bio to find some camps, different things like that. We have large boot camps, which I would definitely suggest, so you can feel the community, you can feel the vibe of what we got going on. We also have a challenge. We do a lot of different challenges. One is going to start the second week of January. It's a 6-week challenge, food and fitness. All right, you'll get recipes from Chef D, and you'll get a meal guide. So we're not just going to tell you what to eat, but kind of how to eat. All right. It'll give you a little flexibility in between. Then I'll give you workouts. So you'll have videos that you can follow along with. Anyone from modified to advanced will have different offerings for you. 6 weeks. All right. Transformation, accountability. We're all going to be on one platform. We'll be able to talk to each other, share our recipes. The winner of that transformation challenge will receive $400 cash money. And then throughout the 6 weeks for accountability post, your name goes in the drawing and you can win $75 each week. So we're paying you just for a healthy lifestyle. So be on the lookout for that. It's a great way to just be sustainable. You'll lose a lot of weight during a challenge, or you'll gain muscle during a challenge. But we want to teach you through this meal guide, how should I eat on a regular basis. All right. So hopefully what you learn in that challenge, you'll be able to carry over for the next month and the next month. So tap in with the challenges and the boot camps. We've got a lot of pop-up hip hop classes for fitness. We've got the Faith and Fitness Tour. So if you ever see APFit, man, just tap in. I appreciate the platform.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
You heard it best. Tap in, change your life, transform your mind, your body, and give yourself generational health and wealth.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you taking the time, man. Thank you so much for this. Looking forward to everything that you do.
Yes, sir.
And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you. Peace.